Thank you. All right, Mr. Lampkin, why were you late today?
I have no excuse.
All right, that's not a good start for probation, for you asking for probation. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, the court is calling 2022 CR 6907A, State of Texas versus Malik Lampkin. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Sanders.
Defense?
William Salazar for Mr. Lampkin.
And are you Mr. Lampkin?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of robbery
Yes, Your Honor.
and count one, paragraph A and paragraph B? That's a second degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand if the court were to grant your application for deferred adjudication, if for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your
Only
Honor.
the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea bargaining agreement, state recommends deferred adjudication. They will take in consideration county court cause numbers 690-730, 690-731. There's to be restitution, if any, to Isaiah Miramontes. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes, Your Honor.
State.
Yes.
Next, I'm showing you outside the plea bargaining agreement. The state is asking that your community supervision be for a term of 10 years. There'll be a TAP evaluation, 200 hours of community service restitution, CATs 1 and 2, and the moral recognition therapy. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then count one, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence?
Yes, state offer states exhibit 1 and attachments.
No objection, Your Honor.
Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. Court will defer finding of guilt as you apply for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Your Honor, we'd like to delay the off the PSI. I think Mr. Lampkin and the court would benefit from a PSI potentially, Your Honor.
Why do I need a PSI? The state is recommending deferred adjudication.
Just to get into some of Mr. Lampkin's background that Mr. Navy is more familiar with as well.
When is Mr. Navy going to be available?
He should be available this week. His father-in-law passed away, I just think, in the funeral.
Okay, if I can have the trial court certification. Norma, when do you want to recall this? And just give me a date for that. I'm aware that his father-in-law passed. Which date do you think?
Hard to say, Your Honor. I think the funeral could be anytime this week or next week. So I don't want to say next week, the following week, but then I don't know how close that is to the holiday.
All right, so we're going to come back on January 17th at 9 a.m. Okay,
Thank you, Your Honor.
all right,
Thank
Ms.
you.
Ferguson will give you a reset form.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Court is calling 2022 CR 6907A, State of Texas versus Malik Lampkin. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state,
Jason Gordon's for the state.
for the defense? And are you Mr. Lampkin?
Yes, Your Honor.
You entered a plea of no contest on December 6th to count 1. The court found that there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court deferred finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. According to the plea bargaining agreement, the state is recommending deferred. Have all parties had a chance to review the PSI report?
Yes,
It-
Your Honor.
Any objections to the PSI report, state?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, any objections?
No, Your Honor.
All right, defense, anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Just, Your Honor, that he is quite regretful. It does state so in the PSI. He's young.
Okay, you guys need to speak up so I can hear.
Oh, I apologize. He regrets the incident. He's very young. He's really wants to turn his life around and change it. He does not want to be stuck at home on a monitor or be restrained in any way. He's really found a new appreciation for being free and living his life. I know he looks kind of stern right now, but he's a very sweet guy and he's very, very solid and really wants to change.
All right, state anything?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Lampkin, is there anything you wish to say to the court?
Just that I'm sorry for what I did, Your Honor.
Okay, you're gonna have to speak up.
I'm
I know
sorry.
when people are with their friends outside, they don't whisper the way you're whispering. So what did you say?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. I would never do it again. After I did 3 months in jail and I now have a new appreciation for my life and freedom. I love my freedom. I just want a chance and I won't mess it up. I want to get a job. I want to be around my family. Just, I'm sorry, and I'll never do anything like that again. Your Honor.
And who are you staying with?
My grandpa,
Does he want you there?
yes, Your Honor.
Why are you not staying with your parents?
My mom didn't want me in the house while I was on monitor.
Why?
I'm not sure.
All right, and your father?
He's not present in my life.
So since you've been at your grandfather's house, what have you been doing to make his life easier?
I help clean the house. I help mow the yard and do chores like that. I really couldn't do too much on it because I've been on monitor.
Oh, no, there's a lot you can do around the house.
Yes, Your Honor. I do what I can around the house, Your Honor.
So what is your relationship to Jennifer Trevino?
No,
Isaiah Ledesma?
no.
So what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life? I see you, did you graduate from high school?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so what are you planning on doing with the rest of your life?
For right now, I just want to get a job so I can start making some money. Your Honor.
All right, and if you're drug tested today, what are the results going to be? And no, you're getting drug tested today.
Negative.
All right. When's the last time you used?
Over 5 months ago.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Your Honor.
All right, anything else from either side?
Not from the defense.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. The court is going to sentence you to 8 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Isaiah Ledesma, Jennifer Trevino. Do you have any children?
No, Your Honor.
That's a good thing. You're not ready for them yet. There's going to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Proof of employment within 30 days. There's to be no employment as a home health care provider or with minors. We're going to keep GPS partial for work, and his curfew hours are going to be 7 a.m. Well, he's allowed out and about from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. unless he's at work.
So, Your Honor, does that mean I can still leave the house when I don't have work? I just have to be back before the curfew hours?
Yes.
Okay.
So he's allowed to be out of the house from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. The only time he's allowed outside those hours is if it's for employment. And I'll ask that the GPS fees be waived.
Your Honor.
I know. We'll put it in there. We'll see what happens. Waived, deferred, indigent. There's going to be 200 hours of community service restitution hours. 40 of those hours will be waived if you provide proof of the COVID vaccination with booster. Court is not requiring you to do that, but if you do do that, then 40 of those hours will be waived. The remaining hours will be waived if you're enrolled in college. All right, if you're enrolled in college for the court, that means full-time enrollment. So you need to take at least 9 hours a semester. Or if you obtain any type of trade school certificate, the remaining of the hours will be waived. So you can do community service hours, or you can better yourself by doing these, although I think community service hours are great, but hopefully you're on the road to becoming self-sufficient. I'm going to want field visits one time per month until further notice, regular UAs. And according to this, they want you on outpatient treatment. So we're going to do outpatient treatment with probation. All right, they want you to do CATs 1 and 2, which I'm assuming are theft courses. Don't steal. Don't take what doesn't belong to you. Don't go to somebody's house or to a party unless invited. And if a third party invites you, a friend, say, hey, I'm going to this party. If they didn't give him permission to have a +1 or her permission to have a +1, don't go. If you go to somebody's house and they ask you to leave, leave. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
That's my CATs 1 and 2 course for you. But you are going to take the MRT course. And hopefully that will help you make better decisions in your life. And the other thing that I've discovered for my time on the planet, nothing good happens after midnight unless you're at your house. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Lampkin, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you. You better start making better choices. Otherwise, you know what's going to end up happening? You may end up at the Bexar County Jail or somebody else's jail or end up at the prison. From here on out, everything that you do in your life while you're on these 8 years deferred adjudication, every decision you make, you know what you need to ask yourself? Is this a decision that could result in me potentially going to prison for 20 years? And if, when you ask yourself that question, if the answer is yes, you definitely shouldn't do it. If you ask yourself that question, it's like, maybe, then you shouldn't do it. Marijuana is not allowed while you're on probation. Drinking alcohol is not allowed while you're on probation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. And you better show your grandfather you love him every day. Give him a Valentine's Day card.
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank you.
right, good luck.
Thank you.
Okay, on this case, what are we here for?
Your Honor, originally we were gonna do a compliance hearing, back in, I believe it was December. We were opting to try to get his GPS monitor off.
Mhm.
However, at this point, I don't think that would be a good idea.
Okay,
Since December, there's been some mental health issues, with Mr. Lampkin, and he's been in and out of treatment.
mhm.
So we just wanted to give the court an update on where he was and have a couple of things that we want to do.
Yes, Your Honor. We were originally scheduled for yesterday. I did announce to the court that he was in, if I may pretend to the court at San Antonio Behavioral. He did get that discharge information, Judge. According to his outpatient plan, I believe they're wanting coordination with Center for Healthcare Services to get him stabilized on potential case management services, Judge. I spoke with probation, and that's something that we're going to hopefully work towards, is to linking him up with Center for Healthcare, alleviate some of these concerns, and hopefully he won't have to be going to the Methodist or behavioral hospital on issues. But I'm glad that the court brought this issue to light, because it seems like he was having some issues, and I'm glad it's being brought here so we can squash out and see what we need to do to get him some help.
All right.
Your Honor, I would like to point out at this point in time, he is not being supervised by a mental health unit, because he was in compliance with everything and we didn't know that there was an issue. So we would like to amend conditions for him to have an evaluation with our mental health unit. And as you know, they work hand in hand with the Center for Healthcare Services so that we can get him stabilized on his meds and be supervised the way that he should be.
We have no objection to that, Judge. If the court
And I would also ask, Your Honor, if you can impose that would happen as soon as possible.
All right, Mr. Lampkin, how are things going with you?
Good.
All right. So here's the thing. Whenever there are some issues that occur with you, talk to your probation officer. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come into court. You understand? All right. Ms. Abrams, she's going to let you know how to contact your probation officer. But if there's a mental health issue, or if there's something you feel like that probation officer is not addressing, you can come into the courtroom.
I'll give you my information too, so you can contact.
And counsel, will you be able to stay on the case?
Yes, Your Honor. I don't mind staying on it just to assist him should any matters arise, and I'll give him and his family members here my contact info so they can always reach out to me too.
All right, and so we'll make sure you remain appointed on the case and you can, I know that usually in Judge Carruthers Court, they have updates ever so often.
Yes, Your Honor.
And the attorney who's appointed get paid for those updates. I believe usually the payment is paid as a motion to revoke.
Oh,
So,
well, I'm with the public defender, so I don't have to, I didn't get paid the same.
okay, awesome.
No worries.
So if we could, let's recall this case in 3 months to see how he's doing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And at that time, if there are some issues that you have, you can let us know, but we'll bring you back in 3 months.
Yes, Your Honor. Sounds like a plan. We surely appreciate the court's time and for addressing this matter, Judge, and we're hoping he gets better.
All right, so what we're gonna do is I'm gonna amend conditions. I'll ask that the MIC evaluation be expedited. We'll continue with the GPS, but once you're stabilized and everything is okay, your counsel can always come back for me to consider removal of the GPS. Yes, he can come back, but I think it's probably best for him to just, in April, we can see how you're doing, and if everything is going well, I'll strongly consider removal of it. Do you understand? All right, is there anything else that you want to discuss, Mr. Lampkin? All right, how are things going now? Are you living with relatives? And how's that going?
I know one, so I kind of want to move back in on my own state.
Mhm. Well, you know what? And you can discuss that with your family members, but it's probably best that you stay with someone from now, just until everything is back on routine. The family for Lampkin, have they already left? Hi, is there anything you needed to let the court know?
Well, sure, thing if you're on a.
Oh, come forward. Because it's going to take a team effort to make sure he does well on probation.
I'm
Yes.
ex-military, so we got it pretty much under control on that.
Okay.
I was wondering if we could get, I know you already made a ruling on it. I was hoping Malik would have made a comment to you that if we could get a couple of hours extra on the monitor, because we're having to take him to all these different
Sure, can I see the phone?
facilities, and we make sure that he's, charging it and everything. But we're just having a problem with the hours of 7 to 6, and I wanted Malik to tell you that we're taking him to all these different doctor's appointments, and we have a new psychiatrist appointment down on Commerce Street, and so we're kind of like everybody's running ragged, taking, so if we could get a couple of extra hours. to
Okay,
8 o'clock. That's
all right, why don't we do this? Probation, are you okay with his GPS partial and for medical appointments and mental health treatments? So what that would mean is whatever time his medical appointment is or mental health treatment is, he can go and you can take him. So by me just saying partial GPS for medical appointments and mental health treatments, they will know. If there is an issue, counsel, with pretrial services or probation that's monitoring this, you can just let the court know.
Yes.
Okay,
We're having to use all kinds of people to ferry him around,
okay.
that's the main thing.
All right, thank you for letting me know that. Thank you. Hello. How are you doing today?
I'm all right.
All right, today is the day I believe I consider removal of GPS.
Yes, Judge.
All right, how has he been doing?
Judge, there's no concerns on this at this point, with his probation. He's been doing exactly what he needs to do, reporting as needed. His drug tests have been fine. We don't have any concerns. I did briefly speak with Mr. Lampkin and his grandfather, who is here and who's always been here. And both of them say that he's doing what he's supposed to do. He's still seeing the people at Center for Healthcare Services. He's on his meds. And at this point, they have no concerns.
All right, and If his grandfather can come up. Hello.
Morning, Your Honor.
All right, thank you so much for being a support system for him. How's everything going?
Pretty good. I had to get a look, yeah, I'm ex-military, so we shot all these weapons to my ears.
Ah, okay. Oh, I am too, but it's just allergies for me.
Oh, that's nice.
So how's he doing?
I'm pretty good. We're making sure that he goes to the Center for Health Services on time for the probation guy. Taking his meds and just really, staying around and working with him and everything. So he's doing very well.
All right, is there anything you need from the court for him?
No, Your Honor, except he says he wants the lotto numbers.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, we all do.
Yeah, but other than that, no, Your Honor, he's doing very well.
All right, and are you okay with the removal of the GPS?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, and he's been going to a lot of, his mother is an evangelist.
Mhm.
He's been doing, going to, seeing a lot of people get baptized and things like that. So he's really turned himself over to, to Jesus, so that's really helped him.
Okay.
He's turning, being a new Christian. He's born again, he says.
And are they just baptizing in an indoor pool?
Mhm.
I would always tease my brother because I ended up getting baptized in the creek. I'm like, you just been in a pool. I was in a creek, so I know. All right, thank you so much. And thanks for being there for him. If there's anything that comes up that you need help with something with him, just let probation know or come back to the court, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Good thing.
Judge, I did ask Mr. Lampkin if he was working or anything like that, and he said he's not doing that at this time, that he is in the process of applying for his SSI.
Okay. All right, make sure you apply for that and stay on top of that, okay? All right, is there anything you need from the court?
No.
All right, so I'm gonna lift the GPS, but don't get wild with the GPS, like, oh, I'm free. All right, still slowly work your way back into society, okay? So you can, if I were you, even though you're not gonna be on GPS and there's not gonna be a curfew for you, I would still keep up with the curfew and just slowly extend it. And remember, nothing good happens after 12 a.m. You understand?
Yes.
All right, so I'll order removal of GPS.
Judge.
All right, anything else you need from the court? All right, if something comes up and you need some help with something, call your probation officer. If you feel as though they're not addressing it, you can always come back to the court, all right? All right, thanks for dressing appropriately for court. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.